Welcome friends. Today I'm going to be showing you the setup of the Creality CR-10S Pro V2. I've never done this before. Who knows how it's going to go? Let's see. Alright, if you're still around after that intro, you must really want to see how this thing works. So let's get started. I haven't touched this since I pulled it out of the box, as is. I've gone through the instructions, read a little bit about what's supposed to happen. It looks like it's pretty straightforward. Just a few bolts to put in, a little bit of spacing to do. I'll see how far I get with this before I get stuck and have to pause and figure something out. So it looks like the gantry is just laid across the top here. And it's not totally easy to figure out how to take it apart. I feel kind of silly saying that there should be some instructions for this, but maybe there should. Maybe there should. Since this is an expensive piece of equipment and I don't want to break it before I get a chance to use it. All right, so this sliding it off seems to do okay. The problem is it seems to be getting hung up here. So that was a little bit harder than I expected it to be, but now it's on video. You can kind of just follow the process that I did. I'm going to set that aside for a minute. That's the first piece that we're going to put on, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to finish clearing things off here. Let's see, the worst thing about putting this on video is if I break this, then I can't say it was broken in shipping. Not that I would do that. I would never do that, okay? I would never do that. Alright. So this has got a little piece that just kind of pulls off the side, as does it over here. Okay. Alright. Okay. I think I have everything removed well now. Alright, we got a couple of cords just secured around various places. Okay, this looks like where those bolts are going to go. And that's going to connect the gantry frame to the rest of this here. And so let's do that. Okay. So the illustration shows the extruder going towards the front. And that's what we'll do. So the front is actually facing towards me right now, this area. And so, if I understand correctly, I can't possibly understand correctly. Ah, okay. Okay. We're gonna be all right. Everything is okay. All right, so in the picture, in the instructions, it shows the extruder shipping with the extruder near the top. So I thought that this end was gonna have to go down, but it's actually the other way around. the extruder ship's very near the bottom, and, or at least mine did, I'm not sure how they all do, but it's gonna sit like this. Okay, so the question is then, is there, I don't know, it looks like I wouldn't want to tighten it like that, the extruder all the way down, because it's resting on top of the printing surface here. Let's see. All right, I am going to pause while I figure this out. Okay, so I got it figured out. On the gantry frame, there are these little guys right here. There's one on each side. Those are your X-axis adjustments. And now that I know what I'm doing, I can see in the instructions it telling me to do this. But what you're going to do is you're going to take those and you're going to rotate them both at the same time and in the same direction, and rotating them clockwise will raise the extruder arm. And once you've done that, then it will fit over the printing plate without scraping or touching, and you'll be able to assemble it with the bolts at the bottom. So I'm working on that right now, and it may take until next year. So now it should fit very well where it needs to go. Ta-da! Okay, there are a couple of next steps that need to happen now, and I'm just kind of trying to figure out how to do them the best way. There are a couple of wires here down at the bottom that need to be connected here. Another one on the other side to be connected here. So you may have noticed a few minutes ago the plate was right here, the printing plate was right here, and that was making it really difficult to get to those wires, so I just gently pushed it up to clear space for this. But what I need to do now, I was considering connecting those wires first, but I think what's going to be best is if I turn this on its side and put the bolts that hold the gantry frame in place first. So I'm going to do that. Alright, so that was a little more difficult than I might have expected it to be, but I don't know if you caught that little brilliant trick that I came up with. Once you get it stabilized on top, or if you can hold it stable, you can just move it to the edge of the table, let it overhang just a little bit, and you'll have easier access to the screw holes up under there. So, alright, now next is to level it using the spacer that comes along with it. Actually, I forgot to plug in those two wires. That's probably the next thing that I should do. And, oh, I'm just getting all out of order. There are actually a couple of other things before that. So let me go ahead and plug in these two wires. Done. done. So yesterday when I first opened this, and if you want to see that, you can check out the unboxing video I did. I was not sure what this was, but after reading through the instructions, I see that it is a filament spool holder. Here's the bracket that comes with it to connect it. So that's the next thing that I'm going to do. Okay, I thought getting this to connect was actually going to be more painful than it was. And here's why. It comes with these little things called T-nuts. Let's see if I can get you really good. There you go. And so it's kind of elliptical. The idea is that it goes under the bolt, and there's a little channel right here that it will go perpendicular to that channel and hold itself in. But to get it in, you have to put it in parallel to that channel, and I thought that actually getting it perpendicular was going to be harder than it was, but pretty much just tightening the screws lined it up the right way. So that's a shot of how that looks and where that goes. Okay, to finish out adding the filament holder, this is just going to connect over this across the back of this bracket. And so I'm going to do that now. All right, two quick things that I want to show you that are not included in the other steps of the video. One, after you plug these in, there will be some extra wire here. You need to shove that back down in before you turn anything on, because it will stick out and it may bump into the bottom of the printing plate, the adjustments here. The second thing is you'll need to set the x-axis spacing correctly, and thankfully it comes with a little spacer to do that. This is just the right length, and you'll get the x-axis adjustment down to close to where it needs to be using both of these like I showed you before, and then you'll just adjust them individually using this spacer, and that's all there is to it. And then you'll plug it in and see what happens next. I don't know.